Oh, that's really good. I appreciate that. You are doing the practice.
Yes.
Really, I appreciate. So let us do the practice and then we will talk about it.
Okay.
So eyes are closed and remember these steps: PPP, place, position, and posture. So when we remember the place should be comfortable, it should not be hanging or moving. It should be hard surface, and on that hard surface you can keep the cushion, but it should not be like the anything that will keep moving your body, and become aware of the space all around your body. Then become aware of the position of the body. How you're, sometimes we say to the, oh, how you're standing, oh, you are bending on your knees, etc. No, so we are aware of the position of the body from the top of the head to the toes. And then posture. Posture means the way the body is. You feel the way the body is. So the moment you feel the body is, you feel the body is, you raise your awareness. And my friend, it is important to have this awareness. In spiritual journey or in spiritual tradition, we 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 say light. Light is nothing but it is the light of awareness, light of self awareness. What it means? It means I know, I feel, I feel, I experience the body, place, position, posture. Why we need that? Why we need it? To turn our mind within and find our true nature. You cannot find your true nature in deep sleep. We are not at all aware. No one is aware. I cannot guide you anything in deep sleep. So we do not have any power. It is the nature's design that forces us to. So we have to be aware. Aware means that I know, I feel, I experience. Good. Very good. Very good. So now the next step is being comfortable. And I have said being comfortable is to change the direction of the mind. Openly, we are talking that, oh, just be comfortable. No, that is different. Here we are saying, by here, we meant by being comfortable is changing the direction of the mind. Mind is scattered outside. Mind is scattered outside. So we start asking the mind, or simply say that we ask the mind to look at you. And the first you is the body. So what we do, you look at the neck joint, When you look at the neck joint, check. You know, you feel, you experience the neck joint. Very good. After that, you look inside. Okay, I look inside the neck joint. Then you know, feel, and experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness in the neck joint. Done. Oh, that is so simple, yes. But the mind should not be scattered. It should not go anywhere. Why, how it will not go anywhere? When you know you are listening, when you feel you are listening, and when you know you follow each word I say for you. So look at the shoulder joints. You know, shoulder joint, you feel, you experience, you look inside the shoulder joints and experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Okay, that is so simple. You look at the hip joint, you know, you feel, you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Look at the entire body, the whole body. You know, the way I'm looking at your body, you are looking the same way your body from outside. We are looking at your body from outside. How? By mind. What it means? What it means? It means you know, here is the body, you feel, you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You will start feeling, some sensations. It may be sensation, it may be tingling, it may be a kind of numbness, it may be freezing. Sometimes it happens very fast. So what should I do? Do nothing? Enjoy that. Normally people ask me, what should I do? No, do nothing. Enjoy that state. Why enjoy the state? Why enjoy the state? Because your mind has started moving within. Now being carefree, another step. Now, you see that the first time we started with position, place, position, and the posture, and the second being comfortable is changing the direction. So when we change the direction, we can discover that these thought, feelings, and emotions are separate from us. When we change the direction, means when mind looking within, what it means? It means the mind is looking at itself. What do you mean? Mind is looking at the mind. So simple. So when the mind is looking at the mind, it discovers the thoughts, feeling, emotions at this moment. It may belong to the past, it may belong to the future. It some thoughts, these they may be positive, they may be negative. They may be positive or negative. They may be so-called overwhelming. Let it be so. You just watch. I said you just watch them all. How you watch them, what happens? One thought comes, stays for a second, then leaves your mind. Then a feeling enters, it stays or do not stay at all. It leaves. That is the nature of all the thoughts, feeling and emotions. No, some thoughts continues to remain because I am holding it. Some thoughts continues to remain in the mind. Why? Because I hold them. So you have not to hold them. Do not hold any thought, feeling, emotion. We normally hold the negative emotions too much. So what we say, how to do that? No, you have not to do that. It is like a traffic on the highway. The traffic continues to move on the highway, nothing happens to the highway. Highway does not change. Oh, what did you say? Oh, there is something within, deep inside, behind the thought, feeling, and emotions. They that do not change at all. It remains the same. The way we recognize the traffic continues to move because the highway is not moving. We find traffic continues to move. How do we know? Because highway does not move. Same way, my friend, there is a space that does not move, behind all our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So, what will happen after all? Your mind will experience the freedom, will experience the freedom from these thoughts. The way highway always feels freedom from the traffic. We are doing an active practice. 2 weeks ago we did it, and we will repeat. We are repeating it in order to intensify the practice. So, what we have to do: first, experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness, that is, being comfortable. Then experience being carefree. First you experience you are comfortable, then you experience being carefree. What does it mean by being carefree? We have already just done it. That the thought, feeling, and emotions are coming and going, and we are just watching it. But at the same time, you look inside the forehead, in the space, in the blankness, in the darkness. Whether you use the word darkness, it's okay, space, it is okay, and blankness, it is okay. We are understanding and doing these practices consciously without any doubt. Why? Because when we have a doubt, the mind will start jumping and will start moving the body, and then meditation fails. So you are comfortable, you are carefree, you are looking into the blankness and the darkness inside your forehead, and when you look into the darkness, you mentally drop the mantra Om Shanti. Om Shanti means that I am of the nature of happiness. I am of the nature of peace. So every time you look inside the forehead, recognize the blankness, then you say Om Shanti. Again you look, so that will continue. That is one part of the activity that we need to do it. Now the second part of the activity, you start inhaling and exhaling deep, long, and the hissing breath into the entire rib cage. Your chest expands. Exhale, only your chest contracts. Long, deep, and the hissing breath. So chest, when I say it, means from the collarbone to the last rib. That expands, that contracts. Continue. Very good. You're doing very good, my friend. Please continue. Long, deep, and the hissing. It is not the quick and the fast breathing. It is long, deep, and the hissing breath into the entire rib cage. Continue. It is, and you are still doing the Om Shanti. Don't forget it. Long, deep, and hissing breath. How do I know that I'm doing the hissing breath? Because I feel the expansion of the rib cage while inhaling, and while exhaling, I experience the contraction. Continue. Continue, my friend. Continue. Continue. Yes, your mind will create problem. Mind will say, no, I cannot do, I'm exhausted. So your intellect says, no, I have an endurance, let me do it. So you create a thought, oh, I will continue to do it, and you will be able to do it. That is the beauty. Once you understand each and every aspect, everyone can do it. But the mind continuously misguides. How? By thought, by feeling, by emotion. Yes, long, deep, and hissing breath. The moment mind says, I cannot do it, you say here means intellect says, oh, I will be able to do it, I'm doing it. I will do it. I am doing it. What happens? Endurance comes from the intellect. Continue, my friend. Continue. 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 And just stop it. Look at the breath now. We have achieved 5 minutes, and that is a great achievement. So you have to replace this new practice now every day. 5 minutes we have done it, and now you are looking at the breath. So when you look at the breath, means when you look at it, you feel the flow of the breath. Why I say flow? You are not making any effort. You are not making any effort to inhale or exhale. You allow the breath to flow in and out. That is why I say it is a flow of breath. Do you want to go deeper? Yes. So, and you see how simple it is? Just check the flow of right nostril and flow of left nostril. Compare the flow. Compare the flow of the air. You will notice in one nostril, the flow of the air is less, in other it is more. Just check it. And if it is, it may be equal. If it is equal, then you can go deeper into the meditation. Normally it doesn't happen, but sometimes it happens. So keep on watching and feeling the flow of the breath from you. So who is watching? Remember and understand, it is the light. What is light? It is the light of awareness. Light of awareness. If anyone says in meditation they see the light, don't tell them, but just don't say anything, but simply understand this guy is too far from meditation. Why, after all, if you, I can say that I see the blue light. Why don't you see the blue light with your eyes open? Why I have to see it in meditation? So this light means the light of awareness. That will help you to transform your mind fully. What do you mean by transformation? You'll experience abundance of joy and happiness, calmness, and relaxation in you. They are more important than seeing the light. Again, light is light of awareness. You are still looking at the flow of the breath. So there is another way to go deeper. When the breath goes in, you drop Om Shanti. When the breath comes out, you drop Om Shanti. Where? Into your mind. When the moment the breath goes in, Om Shanti. Breath comes out, Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So because of this light of awareness has withdrawn your mind within very deep, and it is very easy to say Om Shanti over each breath going in, each breath coming out. And if it is happening in the state of comfort and steadiness, in the state of relaxation and calmness, means relaxation and calmness continues, and in that continuity, you are able to drop Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness, relaxation and calmness. You drop Om Shanti on each breath going in and coming out. You may experience coolness, warmth, tingling. Let it be so. Don't worry about it. Very good. And continue. You will notice also that sometimes the thought takes over your mind. It is okay. But you remember. How do you remember? By the light of awareness. And sometimes also what happens that you experience, there is a sense of bodilessness, as if there is nobody but you are here and now. That is still a deeper state. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Just check you will feel as if you do not want to return. And if that is there, you have a feeling that you don't want to return. It is a wonderful thing to understand. So bring your mind to the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. I could see your face. How are you?
Good.
Good? Calm?
Yes. Very.
Relaxed?
Yes.
And still you miss my sessions.
Not on purpose.
uh, so you see that it is, what happens, that, take an example of a flute. That flute produces the music, the melodious music, when it is empty. Flute is always empty, the hollow inside the flute. So when this crazy head is empty, you live in higher awareness. Did you understand? Flute is a hollow inside, and then you blow the air, it creates a melodious music. Now compare this. When your mind is empty, you are listening to your honey, or you are listening to your daughter, you are listening to your mom or a friend. The mind lives in higher awareness. And in that higher awareness, we can respond. Why we react? Because that there is no emptiness inside. It is already filled up with lot of impressions and habits and impulsive desires. Are you getting it? So the meditation and the journey of Eastern wisdom is to keep this mind empty, hollow like a flute. Sometimes my mind gets also into anxiety. Oh, what I have to speak. No, but I have already seen that person, for example, you, and I know the brief history. So my mind picks up a particular principle and then it starts talking. It is so spontaneous. Why it is spontaneous? Because the mind does not carry the past, inhibition, impulsiveness, reaction. That is one of the most important experience of spirituality. Spirituality is not that you see the blue color, I see the blue color, I see the red color. Why you see the red color in a meditation? Do you have eyes? Yes, I have eyes. So eyes open. See the red color outside. It has nothing to do with the meditation. So people misguide. I feel the calmness. Then my mind, by repetition, understands, realizes that this calmness is already present within, that joy is already present within. It is independent of anything outside. So that will help us to move deeper into the spirituality. So if you become a spiritual person, then the entire world will be all right. No, the world will remain as it is. You will be all right. That needs to be understood. Normally people complain, oh, I'm a spiritual guy, why you are reacting to me? Oh, because you are a spiritual guy, that's why I'm reacting to you. But you don't react. You remain in that calmness. That is the beauty of the metaphor that I gave you, the flute. When the flute is empty, it's a hollow, it creates a melodious music. When the mind is empty, then why it creates such a melodious music? That needs to be answered. When the mind is empty, our spiritual being starts working through the mind. When the mind is full, it does not have a space to work. You see the sun directly when there is no cloud. Same way, when the mind is empty, sun or that real self, our true nature, reflects into the mind. And when it reflects into the mind, it always does what is right, what is good. Mind is filled with a lot of expectations. For example, a lot of expectations from the honey, and your expectations are not fulfilled, you will definitely react. Now, second scenario, your mind is empty. You are looking at the honey with love, with care, and the joy. So he or she receives the same joy, and you are already in joy. It means we are working through our spiritual consciousness. It also means during the day when I'm into anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict, my mind is full of impulsive desires and expectation. That is why I'm not feeling happiness in the job. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday, I was giving a group lesson. So I live in Gilbert. You are in, say, other guy is in Phoenix. So the one guy going to Phoenix to be happy. The second guy moving from Phoenix to Gilbert to be happy. What I said? One guy going to Phoenix from Gilbert to be happy. The second guy moving from Phoenix to Gilbert to be happy. Come on, the guy in the Gilbert should realize the happiness is in the Gilbert. But happiness is not outside. Because if one guy is searching happiness in the Phoenix, the person who lives in the Phoenix searching their happiness in the Gilbert, it means happiness is neither in the Gilbert nor in the Phoenix, it is within me. People don't realize this. The moment you first understand it, you start realizing it, by doing the practice and understanding the principles, the life becomes beautiful. It is not the question of money. Money, can you just today you look at the $100 note and look from both the sides and find out where is the happiness. Happiness is not there. Happiness is within you. But that realization does not come so easy. We have to learn so many principles. Otherwise, the mind falls into the same unconscious, impulsive and desires, and then the mind is full. Then we complain, I'm not able to control the mind. Why you need to control the mind? You need not to. Mind is just like a flute. It is always empty, provided we understand it. Our desires and the worries make the mind full. Why we have desire? The same thing. I have lot of expectations and attachment, and I'm searching happiness. So, my friends, it means whenever I'm in anxiety, I'm in reaction, my mind is blaming and complaining and reacting and crying and shedding the tears, there should be a light of the consciousness I just discussed in the practice. That light of the consciousness should remind you, I'm into anxiety. It means I have a lot of expectations. Mind is full. No. Mind, you have to be empty. You should recognize it. When you recognize, then the journey will continue and it will take you to. It is a good idea that if you keep a journal every day before going to sleep, how many times I had the anxiety, reaction, duality, blame and complaint. You simply write down. You write for a week, you'll be surprised that the mind is repeating the same thing. That is why we say habitual mind is reactive mind. That is why we say impulsive mind is reactive mind. What you will get if you react to me? Maximum. But we have been reacting to our near and dear ones every day. Are you getting it? We say you are very near and dear to me, that is why I am reacting. So that is the nature of fullness of the mind with all the impulsiveness and habits. So when you keep a journal even for a week, you will recognize the same thought is constantly blaming, complaining and reacting. We recognize our foolishness. So when we recognize our foolishness, we stop it. Because if I recognize my foolishness, how long I will continue to do that? That is the spiritual journey. That is another meaning. We say that we create a space for the joy inside. We create a space for the calmness inside. But this will only happen when we have twofold principles applied. One is the wisdom, we understand it, understanding intellectually. So when you repeat, listen and learn, then your mind also accepts the same principle. Intellect understands. But the mind does not understand without repetition. That is why we say, oh, now, how many hours of driving lesson? Oh, 6 hours of driving lesson. So we are repeating again and again. By repetition, only the mind understands and it drops its impulsive nature. Intellect can understand just by reading and having one session is okay. So the wisdom is present in the intellect, but it is not present in the mind. So that is why many people complain that, no, I have done a lot of practices and there is no change, because it has not changed your mind. The mind has not become a flute. So it is always good to list our worries every day. And then we contemplate on each blame, expectation, and you will recognize, mind is impulsive, that's why it is doing. And even if you repeat, mind is doing this, you will recognize that it is possible to make the mind empty. So when we recognize, what recognize a thought of reaction, thought of blame, thought of complaint from, here are the thoughts of blame, complaint, and reaction, and here the mind is empty. So you go by the emptiness of the mind. You don't fuel, you don't encourage that thought of impulsiveness and habit. So it means separated. We have separated the emptiness from all the crazy thoughts. That separation in the Eastern wisdom or in the spiritual tradition, we say it is discernment. We use the word discernment. Discernment means that I have separated. What I have separated? The thoughts of reaction, blame, and complaint. So when I see separated, what is left in the mind is total emptiness. That can only change and transform our life. As long as we don't experience that emptiness, mind is still dictated and guided by the past impression, expectations. So there is a state. We reach to the highest state of separation. So that highest state of separation is known as dispassion. So one is discernment, other is dispassion. Now you have the higher state of discernment, higher state of dispassion. Then what happens? Our mind awakens to the six inner wealth present in the mind, always present in the mind. The first wealth is calmness. That is why after the meditation you say, I feel calm. That has come from inside. The first wealth is calmness of the mind. Second wealth is that you have a mastery over the senses. Your senses are looking and feeling and touching, but it is not carried away by the impulses. You have a mastery over it. Third treasure, that wherever you are, in whatever the situation you are, happiness is always there. You have a tremendous faith in yourself that you cannot fall into anxiety, reaction, and blame. Fourth one. And the fifth one, you have a power of endurance. What the endurance does? Even if the mind is constantly thinking of expecting something, but you have a power of endurance to get rid of that impulsive nature. You hold it back. And the sixth treasure is you have found the solution. Solution means you have an extreme state of the calmness in your life. So you have not only to do the practice,